I'm Hesta Prynn, DJ and licensed therapist. This is Music is Therapy. Your session starts now. Today I'm talking with Tegan Quin of the iconic duo Tegan and Sara about fun. What happened to it? When did we stop having it? Why is it so hard to find? And how to get it back? We're also talking about what happened on the road when we toured together nearly 20 years ago, stories you definitely haven't heard, and how Tegan learned to figure out who she was outside of being one half of a duo. Plus, some very important rapid-fire questions. All that and more coming up right after this. Don't go anywhere. The most fun I ever had was being in Northern State. That's a band I started with my friends back in my 20s. We toured the world, we worked with our heroes like Questlove and the Beastie Boys, but mostly we laughed. We laughed and laughed and laughed. A highlight of that time was touring with Tegan and Sara, which we did over many years, but the first tour we did together was in Europe. This is almost 20 years ago. They were starting to get pretty famous and were probably too big to be sharing a bus. We were definitely not famous and definitely too small for our own bus. But costs being what they were, we all piled into one bus together. When we arrived, this is like the first minute that I met them, Tegan presented us with the bus rules. I only remember two. 1, no shoes. And number 2, absolutely no number 2s on the bus. And I don't remember the rest because my band didn't get into this biz to follow rules. And on our first European tour bus adventure, we certainly weren't going to start. I do remember we had a bus driver who had entirely too much fun with us. He thought we were hilarious, and he'd stay up and hang out with us when he was supposed to be sleeping during the day. So one night somewhere in Scotland, he fell asleep while driving and had an accident. Fortunately, no one was hurt. A new bus was brought into the Scottish countryside to rescue us with a new bus driver. This one not so into our funny business and laughs. Was that a near-death experience? Maybe. I don't know. I was in my 20s. Who thought about things like that? I just know I was in a band with my friends, playing music, seeing the world, and having the time of my life. What I've been thinking about a lot is this. Where did the fun go? Did all the adult BS take it from us? Or did we just stop prioritizing it? This month on Music is Therapy, we're talking about fun. That's the theme of the month. And I can't think of a better person to help me figure it out than the gal who was there at the get-go. My guest today is Tegan Quin, one half of Tegan and Sara, the iconic Canadian duo who have spent more than 25 years making music, building community, breaking barriers, and writing songs that have helped countless people feel a little less alone and, yes, have a little more fun, including me. It is also Pride Month, so to all of our LGBTQIA+ listeners and your allies and friends and family, happy Pride. The June playlist is up now. It's called Therapy, DJ Set, or Vacation. You got to listen to the songs and decide which one you need. The link is in the show notes, and I will be hosting a free Music Connection Therapy workshop on Zoom on Wednesday, July 1st. You can sign up at the link in the show notes as well. Bring a song you love, and I'll teach you how to use it to change your life. But first, my conversation with Tegan Quin starts now. Show is 12 months, 12 areas of life. Mm-hmm. The theme is fun and adventure. Mm-hmm. Okay, you're like, why am I on this month? Well,
no, I'm fun.
Yeah, you're fucking fun. I have this idea that's not my idea, but, I believe that adults pretty much don't know how to have fun or aren't allowed to have fun or forgot to have fun.
Yeah.
We're obsessed with productivity and efficiency and social media and FOMO and being on all the time. What was the name of your second record?
Well, technically the name of our second record was This Business of Art.
What was the name of your second release that was maybe an EP that has a name that's similar to the theme of this month?
Oh, are you talking about It's Not Fun, Don't Do It?
That's what I'm talking about.
Oh, yeah. It's Not Fun, Don't Do It. I just was talking about this. Yeah, it's like a live record and a DVD and a compilation, a real relic from the early 2000s. But
yeah,
that was in reference to, in one of the movies that's on the DVD, Sarah's climbing a hill in Joshua Tree National Park, and she turns around and is like having an asthma attack, and she says to us, "It's not fun, don't do it." But we said it was just an incredible statement about music in general.
Yeah. What does it mean? And how does it pertain to the way that you have decided to draw a line in the sand regarding when you're on and when you're being a creative person?
You know that you'll get this because you're a parent, but you know that book, it's All Joy, No Fun.
Yes.
About parenting.
It's an it was an article. Yes.
Okay, an article. I've never read it because I don't have children, so I don't have to invest. But I love that statement. I love that idea. I feel like that's being an artist, all joy, no fun sometimes.
Say more.
I think they're just first of all, like making things is hard, especially if you're mining yourself and you're mining your own experiences. It can be really emotional. It can be really taxing. It can be hard on the people that love you. It can be hard on the people you love. Then you have to, once you get it out of you and you get people to agree that it should be out in the world, then you spend an enormous amount of energy and time marketing it. And mostly people don't care. And then, just the technical elements, like, most of us sign away all of our rights, make a tiny percentage that we pay back with our time. We pay back an enormous amount of debt with a tiny percentage. And then we go tour. So we're away from our family and friends for hundreds of days a year. And again, like, unless you're achieving a certain level of success, you're pretty much doing it for no one, for no money. And then even when you do hit certain markers and you start to play to a lot of people and you make money, there's still a lot of that's still happening. You're still away from your friends and family, from your partners, from your animals. You're missing important milestones and things that are happening at home. There's just like the fatigue and like general malaise that comes from being in a different place every day. And
where's the joy part?
And I think for me, it's because it feels like a magic trick that I can make things. It's like I can sit down at the beginning of a day and by the end of it, I can have a song. And I know, like, there's a feeling inside of me that song will connect to people. The joy part is that I can make things. And even if 3 shows out of 10 are the only ones that I really feel connected, there's just this unbelievable feeling. Like, it's just, you've stood in front of thousands of people and connected with them and felt like you had a moment. And I look at Sara on stage and I connect with her, and I look at our band and I feel connected with them. And I don't know, I'll be in a store sometimes and my brain will start, thrumming in this way. And then I'll realize like, oh, we're playing. Like our band's playing in this weird space. I just, I like also that my job is hard because it makes it feel really like a big payoff when it goes well. And I sit in this garage all day making things. So even though it's really hard and it's not always very fun, I don't know, there's nothing else I want to do.
How do you make songs that are healing in this way that don't sound depressing? Your songs don't sound depressing. I mean, some of them are sad, of course, but they're not depressing. They're upbeat. So how do you do that and make it sound upbeat?
Well, I like to think, speaking for myself, I like to think that I'm an upbeat person. I'm definitely a half glass full person. I can be deeply, deeply cynical and sarcastic, and I can be a grouch for sure. But I think actually, like, fundamentally, like, as a human being, I'm an optimist. I'm a reframer, a master reframer. I can turn everything bad good very quickly. I can find a lesson in everything. Sara and I had a therapist once who worked with us, and Sara was really upset about something. And she got really frustrated because I was kind of like ready to just like move forward on this thing. Yeah. And Sara was, got very emotional and said to the therapist, like, it's just so frustrating. Like, I'm so upset. And look at she's not upset. And the therapist, like, she's like, do you hear your sister? And I'm like, I do. And I can see how upset she is. It makes me feel so upset, but I just don't feel that upset. And she turns back to Sara. She's like, do you hear what your sister said? She said, yeah. And then she said, Tegan's just not that deep. Which
that's like when NoFX said, you're the cooler one. Remember that in that song? Yeah. NoFX said, you're the cooler one.
I don't think that's true that I am. Well, I don't think I'm cooler, but I also don't think I'm not deep. But I do think that I love the idea of making you feel good even when you feel bad. I love the idea of confessing my deepest, darkest feelings to my friends when I'm feeling terrible, but I hate the feeling. I mean, this is a problem for me, but like, I also want you to be entertained. I don't want you to like be sitting through me talking about something that's going on for me and then you be like, oh, what a bummer. maybe it's the way I was raised. Maybe it's my Canadianness. Maybe it's just inherent to who I am. I want to make you laugh, even if I'm making you cry. And I think that's Tegan and Sara. We're going to make you feel a lot, but there's a whole spectrum of feelings you're going to have.
Yes, it's so interesting because if we're looking at this through a Bowenian family systems theory lens.
Yeah, great.
As soon as you said, like, I'm glass half full, I thought, right, and the twin is glass half empty. I mean, you guys, not that Sarah's glass half empty, that's aggressive. But if you're not that deep, Sarah's more serious.
Yeah, she is.
For sure.
Yeah.
And that's, she holds that seriousness for you guys, and that gives you the space to hold the joy or the more upbeat nature. And because you hold that more upbeat nature, it allows her to sort of hold the serious piece. That's why you guys are such a great, you're such a duo.
I think it's also, it makes our music, I think it's part of what has sustained us for so long is that you have both sides on every Tegan and Sara record and every show, like our song Closer. I mean, this is it's just like a romantic, it's a fantasy song. It was about a dream I had about somebody who I was never going to be with. And it's about that precious, exciting, intense moment right before you make a move on somebody who you're like terrified of.
Yeah.
And it was a big hit.
Huge.
It was a great ride. But I think like some of the best songs on that album are Sara's. Like there's a song called I'm Not Your Hero. And it's to me one of the more beautiful Tegan and Sara songs. I think Sara's an incredible lyricist. It's about the pressure we feel to hold up our community, the pressure we feel as women, as queer people. It's a beautiful song. Like right now I'm getting like goosebumps even thinking about it. And like,
me too.
And in those moments, I feel so grateful. Like I don't even feel like I'm in a band with Sara in those moments. Like when I get to hear a demo like that, and then even when we're playing it live, I'm often looking at her and like a fan. I just happen to be, I'm like a psycho who got on stage, but I'm a fan, You're
like a fan who looks exactly like you. I'm going to ask you a couple of questions about fun, and then I'm going to ask you some Tegan and Sara rapid fire questions, which is going to be great. Do you think adults are discouraged from having fun?
Yeah, I think everything for adults is so structured. Whether you have kids or not, your life is like, it's segmented in a way that just like makes it hard to have fun. We don't do anything unstructured with each other. You meet your friends for dinner and 90 minutes later you're out the door. It's like, how can you really connect? We don't leave anything up for chance. I think we worry about our mortality and our children and our parents. And I think finding ways to escape adulthood as an adult is like the only way to go.
How do you do that? Because I think your concerts are places where people do that.
Yeah, I think art, I think entertainment, I think vacations to some degree, reading.
Like you've talked a lot about vacations, so I'm actually going to ask you this little recurring bit I have, which is therapy, DJ set, or vacation. Okay?
Okay.
So I'm going to give you a scenario, and you're going to tell me, does this person need therapy, a DJ, or vacation?
Okay.
Ready?
Yeah.
Doom scrolling.
All three without their phone.
Turning 40.
A DJ set.
Crying in Whole Foods.
A vacation.
Texting LOL when you're actually serious.
Therapy.
Therapy, right? I agree. Wanting everyone to leave you alone and invite you out simultaneously.
Therapy.
Staring out the airplane window like you're in a movie.
DJ set.
Ooh, how come?
Because that's my favorite thing to do. I only listen to music the last 30 minutes of every plane ride. And I imagine I'm every band that I'm listening to on stage. So I'm the DJ in my head of this like set of epic songs as I stare out the window and I'm just like in my own movie.
Wait, you pretend you're in the band or you pretend you're the DJ?
I pretend I'm in the band, but often it's electronic music. So I guess I'm pretending I'm a DJ.
Do you remember when you were a DJ and you were DJ Sara's sister?
Just Sara's sister. Yeah. You don't need the DJ. I'm just saying.
I thought you were DJ Sara's sister. I remember you did a show you were Tequila Tea at the dinner and we all went to pianos and you were Sarah's sister. I thought you were just DJ Sara's sister.
I was calling myself DJ Sara's sister. And then some DJ was like, you don't need the DJ. It's just Sara's sister.
Well, I'm a DJ and I totally disagree. I think you definitely do because you actually are Sara's sister. So it only works if it's DJ.
I see.
Would you do a DJ set like ever again?
So it's funny. Like a really close friend of mine is an electronic artist. His name's Felix Cartel. And we actually are working, we're going to put out a song soon. another one. We did a collaboration last year. We have a Tegan and Sara song that he produced. And like, it's so hard. I'm like resistant to like break the news here because we don't have a firm release. So maybe I shouldn't even be saying any of this. But anyway, he's wonderful. And every time we hang out, he's like, please let me teach you how to DJ. He's like, you would be.
Yeah, why don't you do that?
Yeah, he's like, you'd be such a fun DJ. Come out and play with me. And I'm like, maybe I will.
I feel like you're a very fun person and a very fun friend in my life.
Thank you.
But I don't feel like you have the opportunity to have fun. Like, I feel like you're not seen as fun as you are.
Yeah, I think it's getting better. I think it's getting easier for me like the last couple of years. I think a part of it is I have more autonomy and I have more independence now. And I've done a lot more individuation work in the last handful of years. I think I love being up on stage with Sara and we can be very fun and funny with each other, but like,
for sure,
it also can be very hard and very stressful. In the last couple of years, I really realized like how much I like doing stuff on my own though too, like, and how important that is. And I think I can be funnier and more fun when I'm not having to always be in that dynamic with Sara, which has got nothing to do with her, more just to do with how I react to her. But I like to think I'm a very fun friend. I'm very impulsive. I'm also I can have some drinks. I love hosting. I'm definitely the last person to leave the party. I love an awards show. I really like to banter. I love to tell jokes. I'm the person that if you call me or you text me, I will respond to you immediately. Like I just
That's true.
I
love a phone call with you. I love a phone call with you. It seems like what you're saying, tell me if I'm getting this right, is that, part of being fun is being free. And when you were Tequila T and DJ Sara's sister, that was a long time ago, you were going through a breakup. I think I was going through a breakup. Like we were all in a place where we were like out and on the scene in a very free way. No one really had any responsibilities. I don't think anybody had a job. Kim Stoltz didn't even have a job back then, No. And so we were very free. And I would guess that being in the dyad with your twin sister, who's also your business partner and like your life partner in a lot of ways, is not a very freeing. No fault of anybody's, but it boxes you in a way.
I think because we started touring at 17, we always associated our like touring as a job, and you don't go, my dentist, I hope, doesn't show up to work and party or get drunk. So I never saw touring as a place where I could have very much fun, to be honest. It was like my job. I have so much responsibility. I got to put the show on. I got to go to press all day. I got to go to radio. I got to look good. I got to do this interview. I got VIP meet and greet. I got sound check. Then I got to meet with the record label, and I got to play a 2-hour show, and then I got to put everything away and get back on the bus and sleep. And so I don't look like crap the next day. So it's like, I never really associated my job really with having very much fun. That has changed. It's evolved. Our schedule's a little less crazy. And I see my life now as not so compartmentalized. It's like, I need to enjoy myself everywhere. I really like to have fun. I have never cried. Maybe like twice in my entire life cried while drunk. What I normally do is I'm the person that's like, let's keep having fun. And that doesn't even mean have more alcohol. It often just means like, I'm the person you go to for dinner and you keep having to add parking. Like, you think you're going to hang out with me for 90 minutes, but you're going to hang out with me for 4 hours.
Yes, that's true. And a phone call is exactly the same way. Yeah. All right. Let me ask you some Tegan and Sara questions. This is called Tegan and Sara song most likely to. Okay. The Tegan and Sara song most likely to make someone text their ex.
Back in your head.
Tegan and Sara song most likely to cause a dramatic walk home alone.
Call it off.
The answer is on directing, but I'll also accept that.
Oh, interesting. Love that song.
The Tegan and Sara song for crying attractively while having a fight with your partner.
Oh, man. It's so funny. Like, that just what made me think of is like, I've seen like tens of thousands of people cry. Who can say that? Like, I've spent 26 years watching people cry.
What songs do people cry to the most?
Anything from The Con. But then like Hang On to the Night, I'm Not Your Hero, those songs of Sara's people cry to. But yeah, the con, anything on The Con.
Why do you think people cry to The Con? That's the tour I was on, by the way.
It was. It's a sad record. It's about death and about loss and about endings. I think it's our most raw work. We were very anti-establishment at that moment because we were coming off of the success of Walking with a Ghost, and we didn't want radio. We're such little jerks. Yeah, it's just a really unconventional album. The songs are unconventional. Chris Walla, who produced it, just really pushed us to like keep things as close to the demos as we could. And you can hear us. You can hear the rage. You can feel the heartbreak. You can hear us. You can hear us. Like, I mean, a song like 19, you can hear how upset I am. You know, the con. I mean, still when I play that song live, I don't think I sing it very well because I oversing it. I scream. It's so cathartic. It's like screaming during that song makes me feel so good. And yeah, just the audience screams and cries along with me, and it just feels really good. It's funny. I don't feel sad singing any of those songs. I feel rage, anger. It's great.
Is it group therapy for everybody to sing that?
Yeah. I mean, when I wrote The Con, I was pining over a girl who I eventually ended up with. Everybody who knows Tegan and Sara knows I ended up with this woman named Lindsay. And when we went through LA with The Con the first time, her and I were not together yet. But she knew I'd written the record for her. And that night there was a lot of standing, sitting in our audience because we were in this weird place where we were moving from clubs to theaters. And so people still wanted to stand, but some people didn't want to. And we have lots of slow songs. So it was just like this game. And so we started this thing. We did this in a lot of cities where we'd be like, okay, the next 3 songs are kind of slow. Let's all sit down. Nobody groan. We're going to go through this together. And then this next section is really upbeat. So everybody get up, stretch your legs. And so, but we hadn't started to do that yet. And that night during The Con or 19, I can't remember which one it was. It was like by the second verse, everybody started to stand up. And like by the second chorus, it was like all 3 balconies, like everyone was just like on their feet screaming along with me. And I was like, it was like a crazy thought I had, but I was like, even if she doesn't take me, like even if she doesn't want me, like I have this, like it was a real like F you kind of moment, except she was at the show. And after the show, we went and sat in her car and she was like, that was incredible. And I just remember like, that was one of my first that record was, I was like, oh, music is cathartic. Cause I felt like people were always like male journalists would ask Sara and I about our music. Like, is this like, you know, out of your diary? Like, you know, women always get like diminished because we write about emotion. And The Con was the first time that I was like, writing about your emotions is strong. It's hard. It's powerful. And it is cathartic, even though it's an annoying word. And I looked out at that audience and was like, yeah, something shifted in me where I was like, oh yeah, like this is where I come to feel better.
Yes. This is where I come to feel better.
Yeah.
That's amazing. Now for you, songs for you, songs in your world, the songs you listen to.
Yeah.
What's a song that makes you feel 16?
I mean, if I put on anything by like Hole or Nirvana, like anything from my teenage years, you know, we have on the Tegan and Sara Spotify, actually, we have a playlist from our high school years. Like any of those songs come on. It's incredible. It's like time travel.
It's time travel, musical time travel.
Yeah.
It is. What's a song that makes you feel safe or an artist that makes you feel safe, like yourself?
I've like now been on like a 6-year kick about Sharon Van Etten.
Oh, wow. That's cool.
Something about her voice, the structure of the music itself. I'm not saying it sounds like us, but it kind of like Sainthood era Tegan and Sara, where we were a little less like conventional, a little more rock, indie rock. Like I could have, if we'd stayed on that track, I feel like what she's doing musically is so interesting to me. I find it it can make me feel, it can console me when I feel bad, but it can also put me in a really good mood. It's great music to read to and cook to. I listen to it a lot on this, like on the island when we're here, and I just love her.
Amazing. I'm going to put some of that on the playlist. We have a monthly playlist. Thank you, Tegan. You're the best person.
My pleasure.
I love you.
I love you
Thank
too.
you so much. That was my conversation with Tegan Quin. If you enjoyed this episode, please share it with a friend, rate the show, leave a review, all the podcast things. It really does help more people find us. The June playlist, Therapy, DJ Set or Vacation, is waiting for you in the show notes. And if you'd like to experience Music Connection Therapy live, I'll be hosting a free workshop on Zoom on July 1st. Bring a song you love, and I'll show you how to use music as a tool for change. The sign-up link is in the notes. Tegan is back next week. We'll talk further about community, belonging, identity, and how music can help people find themselves long before they have the words for who they are. It's one of my favorite conversations of the season, and I hope you will tune in and turn on. Until then, my name is DJ Hesta Prynn. This is Music is Therapy. Thanks for listening, and I'll see you next week. DJ Hesta Prynn's Music is Therapy is a production of iHeart Podcasts. I'm your host, DJ Hesta Prynn. Our executive producers are Marissa Bramwell and Jonathan Strickland. Our associate producer is Jonathan Klopp. Our marketing lead is Allison Cantor-Grabler. That's it.